Brighton Wrestling. Hey, it is Coach Whitman. I don't know if you remember me from last year or not. About 13 months ago, I had an opportunity to step into your wrestling room and to see how you were embracing the grind and to see how you were embracing the idea that the reward is in the struggle. So, came into your room, watched you practice, saw you working, and we had an interesting conversation at the end of that practice. You may remember me as a colleague, former colleague of Coach Greathouse's. He and I coached together down in Atlanta, Georgia, while he was wrapping some things up and taking care of business there. I had the distinct honor, and I mean that, I was blessed to work with him when he even wrestled in high school while I taught at Mason High School. And so for me, 13 months ago, when I came into your room and I saw what you have, what you had, and what you were doing, we had an interesting conversation. And we talked about really two things. We talked about establishing a legacy versus living on yesterday's bread. I don't know if any of you have ever heard that phrase before. Think about it for a second. Living on yesterday's bread. And that you can never be satisfied with that. You see, you're in an opportunity. You're at a place now in your season. And please forgive me. I love to speak from the heart. I can speak from the cuff much better than I can a script because it allows me to express my feelings. It allows me to go ahead and speak from the soul. You're at an opportunity right now, frankly, where you could go ahead and maintain that legacy, promote it to the next level, or you can act like you're content with yesterday's bread. You can never live off of yesterday's bread, gentlemen. You can never be satisfied with the things that you've accomplished in the past. That doesn't matter anymore. Yesterday is in the past. Your present defines your future. What are you doing today for the team? How are you putting the team before everything else? You see, you can be two types of wrestlers, and there are two types of wrestlers. And we get confused all the time because the most successful wrestlers are the ones that put team first. The most successful programs win not because of the talent myth, because they have one or two people. You know, we love Cal Sanderson. We love him. We think he's the best modern day wrestler ever. Well, Jordan Burroughs is pretty comparable, but we can have that conversation later. But while he was at Iowa State, tell me how many national championships Iowa State won. Versus now when he's at Penn State and what he's doing to establish a true dynasty there. You get it? You get it? You see? The real programs win because of those individuals that you otherwise don't know. Not because of the talent myth. Because of the collective commitment to team. The selfless, not selfish, huge difference. Huge difference. If I'm selfish, if I'm a selfish wrestler, because remember there are two types, selfless and selfish. If I'm a selfish wrestler, I don't care about my team. I go out and win for myself. Or I go out and lose for myself. You see, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. If I'm on a team and I know that my team can be a successful team, and I go out and don't fight with everything I got and give up 6 because I just said, you know what? Oh well. And laid down and gave up, that's selfish. Because in actuality, if you think about it, you just kind of change the way you think real quick. You think about it, you're actually giving up 12 points. Because if you go out onto a mat and you wrestle with everything you got, you may go ahead and pin a man that other people just didn't think you could. But if you just go out there, I don't care anymore. Or I'm just going through the motions. Not only do you give away the 6 you could have got, but you give up 6 in addition, 12 points. And that makes the difference in what a team does. And what a team does. And last year, you realized as a team, it was far better to be selfless, put the team first. And that's what you need to do. You cannot live on yesterday's bread. That state championship doesn't matter anymore. That's done. That has already happened. What are you doing today? What are you doing today for tomorrow, for next week, for the end of this month? How are you making it happen so you can win another state championship? You see, the difference between a team, a program, and a dynasty is being selfless versus selfish and embracing the mantra, the whole idea of the team. You had a theme last year. You were hungry last year. You realized that you needed to embrace the grind. The grind isn't something you turn on and off like a light switch. It isn't something that just plops in your lap. Monday, you must grind. Tuesday, you must grind. Wednesday, you must grind. Thursday, you must grind. Friday, you must grind. Saturday, you must grind. Every day of the week. And don't think I left out Sunday. You got to be on the grind every day. And you've got to put the team first. The moment that you decide that you want team success more than you want anything else is the moment you'll win. Is the moment you will realize, hey, we're here for a purpose greater than just being able to throw on some orange and black. Greater than just saying, yeah, I was in that wrestling room when they won that state championship. Yeah, I wrestled with so-and-so. He was great. That's the biggest difference. And it's so easy to achieve the moment that you decide to embrace the grind and stay in it. Quit being selfish. Quit living on yesterday's bread. That does not satisfy the soul. That does not earn success. You see, success is, and I don't know if you guys know this guy. He's a pretty good football player. His name is J.J. Watt or J.J. Watts or whatever. He took a quote from someone else. Success is not owned. It is like rent, and rent is due every day of the week. Success is not owned. It is not given. It doesn't just fall in your lap and then boom, you got it. You have to earn it. And you have to embrace the grind to get it. Wednesday night, you have to realize everybody comes out onto that mat with a brand new record. Everything that happened beforehand, the wins, the losses, going to Davison, having CC come to you, that doesn't matter anymore. That doesn't matter at all. It has no significance for a team who collectively decides they want to win. You see, Wednesday night, everybody starts over. Everybody puts their singlet on the same way, one leg at a time. And the difference is the team that wants to win is the team that will leave it all out on the mat. Is the team that will say it doesn't matter whether I have 50 wins or 5. I'm doing this for the team. It is time you quit selling yourself short. It is time that you quit second guessing. You need to throw all caution to the wind and go out and win for Brighton and keep the legacy going for the future. You have to understand that the pride that you have for putting on that singlet and wearing those colors and being known as a Brighton Bulldog is the most important thing. Far more important than what you're doing, where you are, what you're going to do after the match, what you're going to do after the season. It is time, gentlemen. It is time that you stopped being selfish and become selfless. It is time that you go ahead and commit to the team above everything and anything else. And keep the legacy going. You can't live on yesterday's bread anymore. It should not fill you up. You need to be hungry for more. Go get them. Win.